We're slow to change, but in today's rapidly evolving legal landscape, being adaptable is not just an option, it's a necessity. A change in our profession isn't just happening, it's accelerating. Virtual courts, AI research tools, cloud-based practice management. What seemed optional yesterday is mandatory today.
Welcome to the Free Lawyer Podcast. I'm your host, Gary Miles.
Hey everybody, thank you for following me today and being here with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Today's kind of a special day. On Thursday, I released episode 300. It's hard for me to imagine that I'm up to episode 300. I started this podcast in February 22, and it just keeps getting better. And so much of the thanks goes to each of you who listen to me and support me on my podcast, The Free Lawyer. And I recently started my YouTube channel, and so these are also shown live there. But it's episode 301 today of the podcast, so thank you all very much. Today we're going to talk about the concept of change. Have you ever felt like change is that unwelcome guest who just won't leave your door? What if I told you that the very changes you fear could be the secret to unlocking your career's next big breakthrough? Imagine transforming every challenge into an opportunity for growth, lower stress, better client service, and a practice that thrives in today's fast evolving landscape. I'm Gary Miles, and after 4 decades practicing law and managing a successful firm, I've just discovered something surprising. The difference between lawyers who are stressed, overwhelmed, and barely keeping up, as compared to those who are thriving, growing, and enjoying their practice, often comes down to only one thing: their relationship with change, their flexibility, their adaptability. If you are a lawyer who feels stuck in outdated systems, overwhelmed by new technologies, or simply wondering if there is a better way to practice law, stay with me for the next 15 minutes. I promise you will walk away with new strategies that can transform your relationship with change and revolutionize your practice. And over the years, I've helped other lawyers not only navigate, but capitalize on change in our profession. And today I'm going to share with you the blueprint that turns uncertainty into your competitive advantage. Before we dive in, if you're ready to stop resisting change and start using it to your advantage, I invite you to book a complimentary coaching call with me. The link is in the description below. Have you ever wondered why some lawyers thrive when everything around them is in flux? It's because they understand that change isn't just a disruption. It's a signal for new opportunities. Our profession has always valued precedent and stability, hasn't it? We're slow to change, but in today's rapidly evolving legal landscape, being adaptable is not just an option, it's a necessity. A change in our profession isn't just happening, it's accelerating. Virtual courts, AI research tools, cloud-based practice management. What seemed optional yesterday is mandatory today. As lawyers, we are trained to rely on precedent, follow established procedures, and minimize risk. Our entire education teaches us to look backwards for guidance. But here's the irony. That same training leaves us ill-equipped for a world that's moving faster than ever before. Today, you will discover why the stakes for embracing change have never been higher for lawyers. 5 game-changing strategies to turn change from your biggest headache into your secret weapon. How to recognize when your approach to change is working, and the exact next steps to transform your practice today. Imagine a practice where you not only meet your clients' expectations, but exceed them, all by turning the changes in our industry into powerful growth strategies. Let me be clear, this isn't about changing everything or about abandoning your expertise or your niche. It's about enhancing your practice by becoming adaptable in a rapidly evolving profession. So let's think about how dramatically our profession has transformed. Virtual court appearances were once impossible. Now they're routine. AI-powered legal research sounded like science fiction. Now, it's a competitive necessity. But here's what makes this moment unique. The pace of change is actually accelerating. Your clients aren't just comparing your service to other lawyers anymore. They're comparing it to their best digital experiences in any industry. When they can track their pizza delivery in real time, they of course expect similar transparency from you, their attorney. And new competitors enter the legal space every day. Legal tech companies, alternative service providers, non-traditional solutions, they're all reshaping the market right under our nose. But here's the exciting part. These changes are creating unprecedented opportunities for lawyers who are willing to adapt. I've seen lawyers discover profitable niches they never even knew existed, build more flexible practices that better serve today's active lifestyle. They've reached clients they weren't able to access with traditional methods, and they can solve problems for their clients in ways that weren't possible just a few years ago. The real risk isn't change, it's stagnation. Let me share something personal. Early in my career, I was terrified of change. I avoided new technology and I stuck rigidly to what I knew until I noticed something unremarkable. The attorneys who were thriving weren't the ones with decades of experience. They were the ones who embraced new challenges head on. I mean, not surprising. Those who grew, those who tried the new, better way, they were the ones who were succeeding. And once I started welcoming change, my stress levels dropped. My confidence soared, and I saw opportunities I hadn't even noticed before. See, the reality is, if you resist change, you're incurring a much bigger risk than embracing it. The legal skills that brought you success yesterday likely will not be enough for you tomorrow. So ask yourself, are you ready to evolve or risk being left behind? Let me share with you 5 practical strategies that have helped many attorneys turn change from their biggest headache into their secret weapon for success. Strategy number 1 is to flex your open mind muscle. Keep an open mind. I remember when we thought email would never replace faxes. We actually used to have a thing called a fax machine. Let's not make that mistake again. Start by giving new ideas a fair chance. Next time a colleague raves about a new tool, ask questions. What problems can it solve? How does it work? How can it help me? Often the solution lies in the details. And being open-minded doesn't mean abandoning your careful legal analysis, but it does mean giving new ideas a fair hearing. Start small. Next time your tech-savvy colleague raves about a new practice management tool, resist the urge to dismiss it. Instead, ask questions. In other words, consider gathering evidence before making your case for or against change. After all, isn't that what we really do best as lawyers? Strategy 2, master the art of professional flexibility. Be flexible. Think of flexibility like a well-drafted contract. It has to work for all possible scenarios. Identify which parts of your practice are set in stone. So for example, your ethical obligations or your core values, and which could benefit from an update. Maybe it's your client communication methods or your document management. Try virtual consultations for initial client meetings or test new billing structures with a few trusted clients. The goal is not to change everything. It's to find better ways to deliver value while staying true to your professional standards. Strategy 3, turn change into measurable goals. Approach this like a complex case. Break it down into manageable pieces. Choose the area of your practice you'd like to improve each quarter. Maybe it's implementing client management software or developing expertise in an emerging area of law. Create weekly action steps and then track your progress like you track your billable hours. Do you remember that partner who seemed to transform their practice overnight? Chances are they made dozens of small, strategic changes over time. If you find these strategies valuable, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I share new content every week designed to help you build a more successful and a more fulfilling practice. And don't forget about the complimentary coaching call. The link's in the description. And I'd love to help you apply these strategies to your specific situation. Strategy 4, run your change experiments. Think of this as running a test case before taking on major litigation. Pick that one aspect of your practice where you want to try something new. It could be offering flat fee packages for particular services or using AI for initial document review. Test it with friendly clients, gather feedback, and document what works and what doesn't. The key is starting small and learning from each experiment. Your approach to change can evolve just like your legal arguments do over time. And strategy 5, build your change intelligence. Build your instincts. This is not about developing your sixth sense of opportunity. Work it like you've developed your legal instincts. Look for that opportunity. Start following legal innovation news with a purpose, not just to stay informed, but to spot patterns. Notice what your most successful colleagues are doing differently. Create your framework for evaluating new opportunities, just like your criteria for evaluating cases. The goal is to move from reacting to change to anticipating it. So look for opportunities. Look for areas where you can grow. Be familiar with what's coming on the horizon. These 5 strategies have helped many lawyers transform their practices from reducing stress and increasing efficiency to actually opening entirely new revenue streams. Every major shift in our profession creates winners and losers. When email replaced fax machines, some lawyers complained, but others used it to revolutionize client communication. When legal research went digital, some resisted. Others leveraged it to build more efficient practices. Today, we're facing even more significant changes. AI, remote practice, evolving client expectations, and we have a choice. Will change happen to you or will it happen for you? Here's what I know for sure after 4 decades practicing law in our profession. The pace of change is not slowing down, it's accelerating. The skills that got you here will not necessarily get you to where you want to go. Your clients' needs and expectations continue to evolve. The most fulfilling and profitable legal careers will belong to those who learn to embrace change. Change in our profession is not something to fear. It's the key to unlocking a more successful, a more dynamic, and a more satisfying practice. By embracing change, you can stay competitive in an ever-evolving market. You can turn challenges into opportunities. You can lower your stress and boost your confidence. And you can create a flexible, future-proof practice that meets the evolving needs of your clients. So let's take a moment to recap the 5 game-changing strategies we've covered today. Strategy 1, flex your open mind muscle. This is about approaching new ideas with curiosity, not resistance. Being open-minded doesn't compromise your legal judgment, it enhances it. So give innovative approaches a fair hearing before dismissing them. Strategy 2, master the art of being flexible. We've identified which elements of your practice are truly non-negotiable, like your ethical standards, versus areas that could benefit from your innovation. Professional flexibility means preserving your core values while adapting your methods to better serve your clients and improve your quality of life. Strategy 3, turn your change into measurable goals. Break down your transformation into quarterly objectives and weekly action steps. By approaching change with the same methodical discipline you bring to case preparation, you make progress inevitable rather than overwhelming. Strategy 4, run your change experiments. Start small with controlled experiments before rolling out major practice changes. Test new approaches with friendly clients. Gather feedback and refine your methods, just as you would develop a legal strategy through careful trial and error. Strategy 5, build your change intelligence. Develop your ability to spot patterns and anticipate shifts in the legal landscape. By cultivating the sixth sense, you position yourself to leverage changes before they become mandatory, which will give you a competitive advantage. Over my career, I've watched brilliant lawyers struggle unnecessarily because they clung to outdated methods, while others with perhaps less raw talent thrived because they mastered the art of adaptation. The difference wasn't their legal skills, training, or experience. It was their relationship with change. Remember that feeling when you won your first big case, that mixture of pride, accomplishment, and excitement about what's possible? That's what embracing change can bring to your practice every day. It's not just about surviving in a changing profession. It's about rediscovering the passion that brought you to law in the first place. By watching this video, you've already taken the first step. You recognize that change isn't just inevitable, it's an opportunity. Now it's time to turn that insight into action. Which of these 5 strategies will you implement first? If you found value in today's episode, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel or follow the podcast. I publish new content every week designed specifically to help you thrive in today's rapidly changing legal landscape. So drop a comment below with your biggest challenge when it comes to embracing change in your practice, or go to my LinkedIn page today where I will have released a post about this episode. I personally read every comment and use them to create future content. And if you're ready to start making change for you instead of against you, I invite you to book that complimentary coaching call. The link is in the description. And during our 30-minute session, we will identify your biggest obstacles to embracing change, and we will create an action plan specifically for your practice. Because change should work for you, not against you. So embrace change, take control, and let's transform your legal practice together. I'm Gary Miles, and I believe the best time to start embracing change was 5 years ago. But the second best time is today. I look forward to supporting you on that journey. And as always, please be well, be safe, and be free.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Free Lawyer Podcast. Wherever you are listening, if you enjoyed what I shared, please leave me a rating and review. I would appreciate hearing more about what you like best and what topics you might like me to cover in future episodes. If you are interested in experiencing a more fulfilling and a more successful life, please contact me at www.garymiles.net, where you can schedule a free discovery call with me so I can learn more about you, your challenges, and your dreams. I appreciate each and every one of you, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks to all of you for your support.